WBUR Podcasts, Boston. Let producer Nora Saks and I
introduce you to Kevin.
My name is Kevin Weatherwax, he, him pronouns. I'm a PhD student at the University of California, Santa Cruz.
When you hear Kevin's credentials, you might be surprised to immediately after that hear how hard studying and schoolwork has been for pretty much his whole life.
So I had a really kind of atypical path through school. I was a high school dropout, and I kicked out over and over again. As a kid, I got all these, diagnoses really young about what was wrong with me. And that kind of just pursued me through my life, right? And it was always this thing, well, what's wrong with you? How can you be more like other people and stop being like you?
Kevin would eventually be diagnosed with ADHD, which was listed as the source of his academic challenges.
Kevin was a curious person and a hard worker, though. Eventually, in his mid to late 20s, he dove back into school. He says there was a lot of relearning he had to do.
Part of which was just learning how he could do work in the right way.
Really early on, what I found is in my kind of work and study practices that it was really beneficial for me to sort of carve out, feelings of anxiety and frustration or worrying about the future and stay focused in my space that I was in. If I had some kind of ambient music, kind of low-key stuff going on.
Kevin was an early adopter of early internet-based ambient music listening channels, some of which were on YouTube. They used visuals often connected with anime, which helped too.
They made me feel calm and safe, and I would kind of curate my workspace to even sort of not just use the music, but I would include the visuals when I could.
As in, have a screen up with the actual visual as well as listening to the music while he was studying.
Then, somewhere towards the end of his undergrad degree or beginning of his doctoral program,
I always joke, I was working in the lab late one night, which was accurate, and I was...
He was working in the lab late one night. And he discovered the be-all, end-all of Study Buddies, a YouTube channel with a girl sitting at a window that looks out onto a European cityscape, doing her own work and listening to lo-fi hip-hop.
Kevin was far from alone. He was part of an exploding audience for a mysterious and popular YouTube channel, which would have several names, but would be most commonly referred to as Lofi Girl.
I'm Ben Brock Johnson.
I'm Nora Ruth Valerie Saks.
And you're listening to Endless Thread from WBUR, Boston's NPR station. Today, the story of a mysterious pal whose simple presence has turned into a phenomenon, inspired copycats, and probably has helped a ton of people get a ton of schoolwork done.
This is the Lofi Girl Multiverse.